The first time I saw him was at the scrapyard. He sat on a broken crate, sunlight catching the dust motes around him like he was in a slow-motion film. Even eating a packet of stale chips, he looked like he was posing for a photograph. Something about the careful way he moved, the quiet dignity in his posture, hooked into my chest and wouldn't let go. His name was Noah. He lived in a makeshift shelter cobbled together from pallets and corrugated metal, tucked behind a chain-link fence. The whole structure leaned dangerously, a strong wind away from collapse. I told myself he was probably a runaway, someone's kicked-out kid, but he seemed older than that, close to my own age. I drive by after my shifts, watching from my beat-up truck. He never noticed me. He'd emerged to sweep the packed dirt in front of his shelter with a broom missing half its bristles. Afterward, he'd smooth down his hair, tuck in his shirt, and take a slow walk along the perimeter of the yard. The determination in those simple acts, the refusal to be broken by his circumstances, filled me with a weird, aching respect. Winter crept in, sharp and bitter. The thought of him in that flimsy shelter kept me awake. I knew it was reckless, bringing a stranger home. I lived in a converted studio above a closed-down auto shop on the edge of the industrial district. It wasn't much, but one afternoon, with the sky the color of iron, I walked over to where he sat wrapped in a surplus army coat. "I'm Leo," I said, my voice too loud in the quiet. I shoved my hands in my pockets. "It's getting real cold. I've got a place. Just me. You're welcome to it." Noah looked up, his gaze a slow, assessing sweep from my worn boots to my nervous eyes. After a long moment, he shook his head. Polite, firm refusal. I started bringing him things. A thermos of soup, a spare blanket. He was distant, guarded, a wall of quiet between us. The ice broke during a relentless, freezing rain. Driving home from the diner, I saw him standing under the awning of a shuttered laundromat, soaked through, hands caked with mud. Behind him, his shelter was a collapsed heap of wet wood and plastic. 2 heavy pallets lay nearby, dragged clear but useless now. I was scrambling for words when he spoke, his voice steady. "Is that offer still open?" The hallway of my building smelled of damp concrete and old paint. Inside, I rushed to tidy up while he showered, leaving a set of clean sweats by the bathroom door. The door cracked open, steam curling out. "Clothes are there," I called out, my back turned. "They're clean." He emerged, the gray fabric hanging loose on his frame. He looked down at himself, then back at me. "You're broader than you look." Before I could answer, he added, "Thank you. I'll compensate you." His words twisted something in my gut, the stubborn pride of it. I just nodded and turned to the hot plate to make Kraft mac and cheese. He eyed it with a kind of clinical suspicion, poking at the orange noodles before finally eating. His manners were precise, out of place in the cramped room with its peeling linoleum and water-stained ceiling. "It's not much," I mumbled, rubbing the back of my neck. "If it's not, I don't have anywhere else to go," he stated, his eyes holding mine. The finality in his tone silenced my awkwardness. That night, I gave him the bed and took the floor. In the faint glow from the streetlight, I could make out the shape of him under my blanket. A strange, electric hum settled under my skin. He was just a guy. Why did my heart hammer against my ribs? Just as I was wrestling with the feeling, his voice came from the darkness. "The floor's cold. There's room up here." He arrived with nothing but the wet coat. The next morning, I counted the cash in my coffee tin. "There's a flea market on 7th, I announced. He was staring at his coat, draped over a chair. "We should go." At the crowded market, I led him to a rack of flannels and jeans. "Pick something you like." He shook his head. "Your old clothes are fine." "No way," I insisted, already flagging the vendor. He tried on a few things. Everything hung on him just right, as if it were tailored. I bought him jeans, a thick flannel, and a pack of socks. A warmth, separate from the morning chill, spread through me. Noah settled into a rhythm. He'd wake early, jog along the polluted canal, then drink hot water from a chipped mug by the window. He'd watch the news on my tiny, staticky TV. Knowing he'd be there made the grind of my double shifts feel lighter. I'd race home, always bringing something from the diner, a couple of greasy cheeseburgers, a slice of pie. One evening, he paused halfway through his burger. "Aren't you eating?" I shrugged, grabbed something on the way. He studied me, then silently pushed the remaining burger toward me. "I'm full." Feeling oddly touched, I ate it. He tried to help. He offered to cook, presenting me with a plate of charred, unrecognizable objects. He attempted laundry in the sink and flooded the floor. The worst was when he decided to clean the high window, leaning out over the alleyway 7 stories below. I nearly had a heart attack yanking him back inside. After that, I'd gently steer him to the couch before tackling any chore. He'd watch, a faint frown on his face. "I'm not tired," he'd say. I know I'd reply, chopping vegetables. "But you hovering makes me nervous." I might cut myself. The apartment was drafty. I was used to it, but his hands were always cold. One night, watching TV, I absently tucked his icy feet under my sweatshirt against my stomach. He stiffened, then relaxed, letting me warm them. I handed him a bowl of sliced apples. "Farmer's market. Guy said they're the sweetest." He speared a piece but didn't eat it. His gaze was thoughtful. "Leo, has anyone ever told you you're like a specific kind of dog?" I shook my head, mouth full, gesturing for him to eat. "The stray," he said, his voice low. "The loyal kind. The kind that finds a person and just decides to stay." I swallowed hard. "Do you dislike that?" A warm thumb brushed my chin. "No, it's endearing." His eyes held mine. "I like it." Heat flooded my face. That night, I dreamed of him. In the dream, his hands were in my hair, and I was leaning into him, tasting his skin. I woke up tangled in my sheets, breathless and ashamed. I started washing my sheets obsessively, early in the morning before he woke. He didn't comment, just continued to sleep close, his back or his arm brushing against me in the dark. Every touch felt magnified, sending jolts through my nervous system. "You're shaking," he murmured one night, his breath warm on my neck. "Just a chill," I stammered. "Maybe I should go back to the floor." He propped himself up on an elbow, looking down at me. In the gloom, I could only feel the intensity of his stare. "Don't be ridiculous. It's below freezing." When I didn't answer, his voice dropped to a whisper. "Pity. I've gotten used to having you here. It's warmer." I turned over immediately. "No, the floor's a bad idea. I'll stay." He fell asleep quickly. I lay awake, my phone glowing under the covers as I searched. Is it normal to fall in love with another man? The answers were a confusing mix of affirmation and fear. The real terror was not knowing what he felt. Was his closeness just comfort? Was I reading a language I didn't understand? "Leo," he asked one morning over scrambled eggs. "Is the diner hiring? You want to work with me?" The idea seemed improbable. Noah, who could flood a room trying to wash a dish. "I can't let you carry everything," he said. And then, with a deliberate slowness, he lifted the hem of his shirt. The defined planes of his stomach tightened as he breathed. My grip on the spatula turned white-knuckled. "I'm not helpless," he continued, a hint of a smile playing on his lips as he hooked a thumb into his waistband, revealing the sharp cut of his hips.
"I'm perfectly capable."
I think I stopped breathing. At the diner, he was a disaster at bussing tables. But at noon, something shifted. People, especially women from the offices nearby, started coming in. They'd take a booth, their eyes lingering on Noah as he stood by the register, looking effortlessly composed. The owner, a pragmatic man, soon had him acting as a kind of greeter. Business doubled. That Friday, we got a bonus. Noah handed his extra cash to me. For rent. I used it to buy him a better coat. Snow began to fall in thick, heavy flakes, turning the gray slush of the street into a fresh, blank canvas. Outside the diner, I knelt in the snow.
Smo.
My boots are waterproof. I'll carry you. He was silent for a beat. I'm not light. I'm stronger than I look. His weight settled onto my back, solid and real. As I walked, snow gathered in our hair. We looked like a couple of old men. I joked, my voice tight with the effort and something else. His chin rested on my shoulder. The warmth of his breath against my ear made my heart stutter. Noah, I blurted out, the words leaving me in a rush. If you never find another place, you can just stay. With me, I don't mind. It's better than being alone. He didn't hesitate. All right. My feelings became a constant, humming current. I channeled it into care, making his favorite foods, ensuring he was warm, memorizing the small ways he smiled. I thought I was subtle, until one night he spoke into the darkness. Leo, are you in love with me? Panic, cold and sheer, doused the warmth. Fear of his disgust, of him walking out that door and vanishing, was far stronger than any hope. My denial was a weak, thin sound. What? No, I'm not like that. He shifted. So it wasn't you who hugged me in your sleep 2 nights ago? Or who's been doing laundry at dawn for weeks? He listed my crimes quietly, methodically. With each one, I curled tighter into myself. If it's not you, he concluded, then we have a very specific ghost. The dam broke. Yes. Okay. I'm crazy about you. The confession left me deflated.
I'm sorry.
I'll sleep on the floor. I won't make it weird. He was quiet for a long time. Just as the shame was about to swallow me whole, his voice came, closer now. Why are you assuming the worst? He sounded almost amused. I never said it was a problem. My mind went blank. You mean, let's say someone tried to hurt me. What would you do? Fight them off, I answered immediately. What if there were too many? I thought for a second. Then I'd grab you and run. We'd hide. He chuckled, a low, warm sound. He reached out, his fingers tilting my chin up, his gaze searching my face. You'd really do that? Yes. He smiled, a real, full smile that reached his eyes. Then we're together. After that, the tension didn't leave. It transformed. It became a shared secret, a gravity that pulled us closer. He slept turned toward me now, his leg thrown over my hip, his face tucked against my neck. One night, his hand slid under the waistband of my shorts, a sleepy, unintentional brush. It was like a match to gasoline. I slipped out of bed and shut myself in the bathroom, handling the frantic need with rough, guilty efficiency. When I crept back out, reaching for the covers, my hand landed not on fabric, but on the warm, smooth skin of his stomach. I froze. His hand shot out, tangling in my hair, pulling me down until our faces were inches apart. Our breath mixed, mint and warmth. Leo, he murmured, his voice thick with sleep and something else. You are incredibly slow on the uptake. Then he kissed me. It wasn't gentle. It was hungry and claiming. When we broke apart, gasping, I managed to whisper, "Isn't this moving a little fast?" He laughed softly, the sound vibrating against my lips. His gaze flicked downward, then back to my eyes. Okay, just lie there, then. He pushed me onto my back and moved over me. I'll handle it. No, wait. I can't just. My protest was feeble, betrayed by my own body's eager response. He grinned, giving me a light, teasing tap. Your argument isn't very convincing. He took his time, a slow, deliberate conquest that had me clutching the sheets. When he finally settled, taking me in, a choked sound escaped his throat. I watched, mesmerized, as his expression shifted from concentration to dazed pleasure. Seeing his struggle, I found my courage. My hands settled on his hips. Let me help. He guided my grip, and I lifted him, finding a rhythm. The sensation was overwhelming, a dizzying crest of pleasure so intense my eyes burned. A tear rolled down my temple. He noticed, his laughter breathless. "Why are you crying?" I shook my head, more tears falling. It's so much. You feel incredible." He leaned down, kissing the tear away. "You're not so bad yourself." His words were cut short as I rolled us over, changing the angle. He gasped, his nails digging into my arms. Right there, he breathed. "Don't stop." Later, we lay in a heap, the room smelling of us, of sweat and satisfaction. Our relationship became a series of charged moments, quiet looks across the room that led to tangled limbs and muffled sounds. The small apartment was often in disarray, blankets on the floor, dishes in the sink. At the diner, Noah held court at his usual spot. People flirted, asked for his number. I'd watch from the kitchen, a possessive ache in my chest, soothed only at night when I could bury my face against his neck and breathe him in. The change came on a payday. We took a shortcut through the old warehouse district and found our path blocked by 4 men with shaved heads and thick necks. "Oh dear," Noah said flatly. He shrugged off his puffer jacket, rolling his shoulders. "You'll protect me, right?" Before I could answer, he moved. It wasn't a brawl. It was efficient, brutal dismantling. He moved with a precision that spoke of training, not street fights. The alley was dark, forgotten. No one came to help. We finally escaped, sprinting through back streets until we collapsed, breathless and laughing, against our own apartment door. "You're full of surprises," I panted. He grinned, wiping a smudge of dirt from his cheek. "Life requires a varied skill set." Our eyes met, and the adrenaline found a different outlet. We kissed fiercely against the door, then on the floor, barely making it to the bed. In the heated darkness, his mouth against my ear, he whispered, "Leo, come away with me." "Anywhere," I mumbled, lost in the feel of him. I didn't grasp it was a real invitation until the next morning. A black sedan idled at the curb. 3 men in tailored suits stood on the sidewalk. One held a wool overcoat. They nodded to Noah. "Sir, the car is ready." Noah turned to me, his hand extended. "Come with me." The pieces clicked into place, the way he carried himself, the things he never explained. The chasm between his world and mine suddenly felt vast and uncrossable. The man in front of me wasn't just Noah. He was someone else entirely. I took a step back. I can't. School starts soon. I'll have a driver take you. My job at the diner is a part-time job. I'll give you a card. Noah, Every excuse was a brick in the wall I was building between us. His expression hardened, his eyes glistening. He stared at me for a long, painful minute, then turned and took a business card from one of the men. He placed it on the rickety hall table. "My number," he said, his voice stripped of all its earlier warmth. "If you change your mind." He walked out without looking back. I left the card there. When I went back to my university, I took only the pillow he'd used, which still faintly smelled of his shampoo. I buried myself in classes and the gym, pushing my body until it ached, trying to become someone who might, someday, be enough. The thought of returning to the empty apartment for summer break was suffocating. I looked for work near campus. An ad caught my eye: executive security. 8-hour shifts. Room and board provided. 8,000/month. Requirements: physical fitness, current student, male, 21, birthday July 1st, 6 feet 1 inch. It was too specific to be a coincidence. A tremor of hope, sharp and painful, went through me. I called. The interview was a formality. The next day, I was given a black suit and an earpiece and directed to the top floor of a sleek downtown tower. The office had a wall of windows overlooking the city. And there, behind a broad mahogany desk, was Noah. He didn't look up when I entered. He was engrossed in a document on his computer, every inch the powerful executive in his tailored suit. The man I'd shared a bed with, who'd eaten cheap noodles with me, was gone. We existed in the same space as perfect strangers. It was agony. I stole glances when I could. The focused intensity he brought to his work was mesmerizing. Sometimes, he'd disappear into the private adjoining bathroom to shower, leaving the door slightly ajar, calling for me to bring his clothes. He'd nap on the leather sofa in a soft t-shirt and lounge pants. Once, he asked me to massage his shoulders, complaining of tension. My hands trembled as I touched him. The familiar scent of his skin, the feel of his muscles under my palms, undid me completely. I tried to focus, to be professional, but my body betrayed me, a heavy, aching weight pressing against the seam of my trousers. He shifted under my hands, a slight, knowing smirk touching his lips. A little faster, please. My next meeting is soon. I nodded, moving my hands down his back. When I finished, he rolled over onto his back. The front as well, please. My heart was a wild drum. My fingers skimmed over his chest, and when my thumb accidentally brushed a nipple, I jerked my hand back as if burned. I'm sorry, I started to stand, but his leg hooked around my waist, pulling me off balance. I caught myself, my hands on the sofa on either side of him. His robe had fallen open. His eyes held mine, dark and deliberate. Are you really going to leave? He asked, his voice a low challenge. That was all it took. The last thread of my control snapped. I kissed him, pouring months of longing into it. The sofa became a battlefield, then a sanctuary. Later, in the quiet aftermath, he cradled my face. Stay, he said, his thumb stroking my cheekbone. I understand your pride. So here's the deal. You have a chance. You climb. You build yourself into a man who can stand beside me and believe he belongs there. His gaze was unwavering. You earn it. Tears blurred my vision. I clung to him, the words spilling out in a wet, messy rush. I missed you. Every day. I slept with your pillow. I kept the shirt you left. He laughed, a real, happy sound, and pinched my ear. Don't think this is a free pass. You have to meet my expectations. All of them. His hand drifted lower, his touch promising both threat and pleasure. If you ever betray my trust, I'll take care of the problem myself. He squeezed, just enough to make me gasp. Understood? I nodded, utterly still. He smiled, pulling me closer. Good. He guided my head back to his shoulder. Now, we have a lot of lost time to make up for. Sometimes, late in his office, he'd talk about the past. My father, he began one evening, his fingers in my hair as I rested my head in his lap. He had 2 other families on the side. After my parents died in a sailing accident, those half-siblings wanted me out of the way. They were clever, never did their own dirty work. He paused as his secretary entered with a file. After she left, I nudged him to continue. He let out a shaky breath, his hips shifting slightly. Could you not distract me while I'm trying to tell a tragic backstory? I looked up at him, all innocence. I'm just listening intently. He groaned, his head falling back. They made my life complicated. I decided to disappear, let them think they'd won, draw them into the open. His words grew more strained, but they were a step ahead. Had people waiting at my safe houses. I finally shook them and wound up in your neighborhood. I was tired. I told my team to spread the word I was gone and just stopped, played a part. For a few weeks, in that scrapyard, I was freer than I'd ever been. He looked down at me, his eyes soft. And then this stray dog found me and refused to let go. I tightened my arms around him. I love you, Noah. I know. I'm never leaving you. I'm counting on it. He leaned down, his forehead touching mine. So you'd better spend the rest of your life proving it.